It's The Rock We Live On with Mo and Craig.
All right, so yeah, let's toast again. There we go.
Back at it. All right, episode 9.
So we were previously discussing the episodes we've done in the
Yeah.
past and how we've had some technical difficulties,
Yeah.
and then lo and behold, we have a technical difficulty, but we're
we're back into it.
Yeah, we're back into
So
it.
we were just saying we've been having a lot of fun doing this.
Yes, I've really enjoyed this.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Me too. I really do. And I'm learning the video and the audio and getting it all together and then posting it on all the social media accounts. It's all been a learning experience for me. So
Yeah.
still continuing to learn, still having some problems, upgrading equipment along the way, but we're going to get there and it's going to look great.
And this scratches an itch for me, for sure. You know,
Yeah, that's
missing the being in the entertainment world
Yeah.
and radio and stuff like that. So this gives me a chance to kind of get that out of my system.
Me too.
Because
Me too.
and people still ask me all the time, do you miss being in radio? Do
Yeah.
you miss being in radio?
Yeah.
And I tell them, like, yeah, I do. You know, I do. It was really fun.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It was
And
the best
now-
job I ever had.
Yeah.
But I couldn't survive on the income.
Right.
And to do what you have to do to survive, I wasn't willing.
Yeah. I
So-
completely understand.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to relocate to a bigger market
That's
because
it.
I have my kid, you know.
Yeah.
And but this is fun,
Yeah.
and there's no, you know, we control what we do and say.
Whatever we want to do.
Nobody can tell us like you can't use these words or these
Right.
phrases on. You know what I mean? Like,
You know what? And I've been seeing a lot of podcasters post that they have written out scripts for like their next 10 podcasts.
scripts.
And they've got everything planned out and ready to go. And now what do? And I'm like, we meet 5 minutes before we
Yeah.
turn everything on and go, here's what we're going to
Yeah,
talk about. And
here are some topics.
let's go.
Which ones work? Yeah,
I think it's much better.
I agree.
I think, I listen to podcasts all the time,
Mm-hmm.
trying to find ones that are like ours, but then also listen to some of the big ones. And recently, in fact, I'll even say the last episode of Joe Rogan with Jelly Roll.
You know, I have not watched a lot of Joe Rogan lately. I used to watch a lot of his stuff, and it just hasn't popped up in my algorithms
Yeah.
as much lately.
Well, they're typically 3 hours long, so it takes an
Yeah.
investment if you're going to watch
I only
it.
watch a whole one if it's somebody I really want to
Yeah.
hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Otherwise, I'll watch like YouTube clips.
I listen at work. I have a lot of time where I'm just taking pictures and doing my job, and I will listen.
Yeah.
I don't watch it, but I listen. And anyway, during his podcast, he and Jelly Roll agreed that podcasts are, number one, real conversations.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he does 3 hours, because he's like, you can't fake it at 3 hours.
Yeah.
40 minutes, 20 minutes, celebrities can come on there and fake and give him all kinds of practiced information.
Yeah, yeah.
But at 3 hours, you can't.
Yeah,
You're going to run out of stuff to
yeah,
say.
you're
and
gonna
you're
run
gonna
out of
find
that.
the real person in
Yep.
that. But I think we're real right off the bat.
Agreed.
And they were saying that podcasts like this are sharing information because real people are sharing their real thoughts.
Yeah.
And just getting, we could fact check. I know I've made a couple of mistakes on some of the information that we've put out. But for the most part, we're talking from the heart.
Exactly,
Things
yeah.
that we know and how we feel about it.
Exactly. And I think I agree that, you know, I don't get me wrong. I see some podcasts sometimes and I'm like, there's no way this is real. And
Right.
especially the ones, and I'm sorry, but I feel like a lot of times some of these people, not everybody should be able to have a podcast. I know that may be ironic coming from two regular dudes that are on a podcast right now, but it just, some of these podcasts have people with the dumbest takes,
Right.
saying some of the stupidest shit, and then sometimes I feel like they're purposely
Well, yeah.
being stupid.
I definitely
so
think
that
so.
they can get
Yes.
more clicks and more views, and look how dumb this guy is. He said whatever, and I'm
Right.
like, okay, man, like there's no way you're that dumb. But then we look at the real world, we look at social media, and you realize
Right.
there are people that are that dumb.
Yeah.
There are
And
people that are that
stupid
dumb.
sells.
Yeah.
And you can go a long way on that, like playing dumb or just screwing around
And I
being
won't.
stupid. I don't know.
I'm not gonna dumb myself
We
down.
don't do that. And I will typically, if I come across a podcast like that, and I'll listen short time, I'm not in for a very long. Or I can tell, like, this is just bullshit.
Those bro
and-
podcasts, man.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
God, just
yeah.
bro. Did you know, bro? Like, okay, so
And they're like-
I found out, like, bro. You know what I mean?
No way!
Dude,
They're
like they said, like, I watched a study, I watched a documentary, and it was like, dude, and I'm like, oh, what
They're
the
just way
fuck,
over
dude?
the top and stuff and overreact to
Yeah.
everything. And we're not like that. We're just a couple of regular guys and,
Just
just
talking.
having a conversation. And I think good information has come from us, but also if you're a regular listener, you've heard good stories
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
real people stuff. And we like the reactions. It's really awesome.
And we'd like more reactions,
yeah.
please.
Like
Let
I
us
said, we
know
made
what you
some
like. Let us
mistakes.
know what you don't like. We've talked about several different things. Some
lot of
things just fun things.
Yeah,
some things
fun.
serious things.
Telling stories, ghost stories, growing up stories.
Yeah, yeah.
As I'm getting older, I've been doing this on TikTok too. I'm just telling stories of my life.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. It just feels good to kind of put it out there.
I've always wanted to do that, man.
Yeah.
I have so many, like, just funny or crazy or,
Right.
like, damn, you guys didn't go to jail, like those kind of
Yeah,
stories.
oh yeah.
And I've always thought, I at one point I said I could write a book.
You should.
But then I'm like, I'll be honest, I know what my strengths are. I'm not the best writer. I'm a great orator.
Well,
I can speak and tell them.
There's an app for that then.
ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
that's
just
true.
Speak into it and it will write the book for you.
That's true.
And
That's
not even
true.
chat. Other types of AI are specifically for book writing. So I
Really?
think you should do that. Yeah.
I thought about it, man, but I feel like the stories are more compelling when I'm telling them,
Right.
And then sometimes there's so many I forget until
Right.
something triggers. I'm like, oh shoot, I
Yeah.
remember when this thing happened, and I've still got plenty of them to tell on this podcast.
Yeah.
Just like have I ever told you about the time I officiated an MMA style fight between two
no.
roommates?
We haven't. That MMA is one of the between two roommates.
Yes.
Oh my god.
When I was in college,
Well,
and it was women.
I thought because you were involved in MMA, we haven't really got into that.
Pro
and
wrestling.
We need to pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, but we
need
partner with a
to-
lot of MMA
well,
guys as
we
well.
need to have that conversation and talk about some of the people and things that you've done. I know nothing about it, so it's all a great learning
Oh man,
experience. for me.
I loved it.
But yeah, I got to hear about the roommates. I mean, roommates beating each other. That's
Bro,
that's serious.
Oh damn it! I just said bro. Right after making fun of those guys. No.
So during that whole story, I'm like, no way.
What? Oh yeah, I'm
that's
definitely
what
gonna
we gotta
share
do.
that story with you. It was funny. It was. I mean, I was like 18. You know what I mean? But no, it's been a great time.
Yeah.
I'm glad we decided to do this, man.
Yeah,
because
me too. This is great.
I've had my previous YouTube channel, which I was actually just talking to my partner. He helped me get new car insurance the other day.
Awesome.
He's gonna help me get a new life insurance plan too. So I was just
I
talking
need
to
to
him,
talk
but
to
I
him.
didn't bring it up. Oh, you do you?
Oh, definitely.
I got you. I got you.
Insurance is killing me.
He told me. I mean, he got me. He saved me. I had just redone my car insurance. Just restarted my policy.
Right.
I don't know, a couple months ago.
We're doing a car insurance
Dude.
commercial.
But
we did a
seriously,
Preparation H commercial once.
We
Now
did.
we're doing
Now
car
car
insurance.
insurance. But my car insurance had went down by like $20. But then he started his new job selling insurance and hit me up and I was like, yeah, bro, I just restarted, but you can cancel a car insurance policy whenever you
Oh,
want
yeah,
to.
yeah, yeah.
I was like, so look it up and see what you can get me. Save me $50 a month.
Oh, that's money.
So I was like,
Money is
shit,
money.
yeah, I switched immediately.
Yeah.
He's working on getting me a life insurance plan too. So I went when we're off camera.
Yeah.
I'll get you
Give me
his
that
info. Yeah,
information.
he
I need
literally
that.
just told me the other day, like, if you got anybody, bro, send them my way.
Oh, definitely.
So I will definitely do
we
that.
gotta
But
talk about a lot of things.
yeah, we have had some fun stories, some stories that were kind of more serious. Or I get very passionate about some of the things that we talk about
And
sometimes.
that's great. That's what I like. We've learned a lot of things. You get passionate. I learn. I definitely hear in another perspective. I've been really just try to be open to everything, and I've really enjoyed listening to you. When you get passionate about something, I like it. To be honest, I've been uncomfortable a couple of times.
Really?
Yeah, but it's okay.
What? No, tell me about it.
You talked about confronting somebody, like calling out boxing matches for people that are openly bullying others.
Yes.
You're saying, hey, you want to bully somebody? Come bully me. We'll do a charity boxing match.
Yep. That is a thing.
That's okay. I'm okay with that, but it makes me uncomfortable. I'm not a fighter. I'm not going to get into a fight somebody. I don't go to fights. I'm not involved in fights. I don't get into altercations like that. I will mouth off, and I've been lucky to not be in the wrong situation because my mouth, can get out of control.
Yeah.
But so those things like physical altercations in my book, it's something I haven't done since I was in 8th grade.
Oh wow.
So I'm not a physical altercation person. So yeah, that kind of stuff sets me a little on edge, but I understand the point. Like, let's solve it in an adult way. You want to bring violence, or your words are violent.
Yeah.
Then put your money where your mouth is,
and then
let's bring it. So
my idea behind things like that is that I grew up in the hood, so to speak, based on our town anyway.
Right.
And don't get me wrong. I came from, we would fight each other in the streets, at the mall, wherever,
Right.
when I was growing up. But now I've matured to a level where I don't want to ever have to put my hands on another person in life.
Yeah.
However, after you poke the bear so many times, and I'm not talking about just me, I'm just saying in general.
Right.
Instead, because people can be hurt seriously in a bar fight, or these online beefs that lead to an in-person, because the size of our town, if you're beefing with somebody online, you're gonna run into them eventually.
Right. And it's not hard to find
we're
them.
not in like a New York. You know what I mean? And so the way I see it is, if it's gonna go that far, and then being from the black community, I will admit that a lot of times gun violence within our own community is bothersome to me. I stay away from certain areas and nightlife places and stuff like that, because I don't want to be shot because somebody else got into a fight. And I go out alone sometimes because I can regulate my own emotions.
Right.
I don't have to control. I love my friends. I love my circle of boys, but not all of them control their emotions the way I control mine.
And
they don't.
If they go after it, then you got to have their back.
Oh yeah, and I don't want to do that. So
you go, I go.
I prefer to, but I'm not. And see, I'm also not the. And I've told my friends, if something begins to happen, I'm going to try my best to get us out of it with words.
Right.
If you don't want me to do that, don't bring me.
Right.
Because I'm going to try my best to end things with
walk
words.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so the way I see it is, if dudes, especially dudes, but women too, but dudes especially, if it's that serious, let's do it in a controlled environment,
Right.
with gloves and headgear if you choose to,
Right.
With a written a contract or a
Yeah.
notarized, like these parties are agreeing to do this,
Right.
and that way you can handle it safely. Nobody's going to get punched and then hit their head on a bar or a table or on the concrete, or
Right.
something like that, and then let it be over after that. That's how that's where I'm coming from
Let
with
it
that.
be over.
Yeah,
Win
we
or
can shake
lose,
hands.
It's done.
Yeah, we can shake hands and have a beer after.
Yeah.
But if you're really about all that stuff that you're saying and you don't want to let it go, let's put on gloves.
Right.
Controlled environment, sanctioned.
I like that.
And
It's like
handle
a civil dispute method.
Yeah.
So I'm not against it, but like I said, it's just not my world. So
I
it's a
can
little
understand
different.
that though. Yeah.
But yeah, we've talked about a lot of different things, and I enjoy the passion, and we've talked about tons of different topics. There's a lot of things going on in the world that we just disagree with or don't understand.
Yeah.
Somebody said, actually today I was watching a show and a guy said, if you don't tell somebody they're stupid, how are they going to know?
I love that. Oh God,
And I'm like,
using that.
oh, this has got to be my
I
position
like that
in
guy.
life now.
That's true. But like we said before, and we've talked about this before, especially on that first episode that unfortunately didn't happen all the way. And I may have said this on another episode. I have to go back and see it, but it used to be that stupid people had to find their corners to be stupid in, right?
Right.
They had to find each other, gather in some place
Right.
to share their stupid ideas and be moronic together.
Right.
Now, it's everywhere, especially with
everywhere.
social media.
It's really
they
easy,
can
yeah.
find each other at the
Right.
drop of a hat. And now, because 12 other people are saying the same thing you're saying,
Right.
you think it's not stupid. It's still
Right.
stupid. That just means all 13 of you are stupid.
Right. Like-minded people are finding each other.
Yes, and just
they're
because you're
coming
like-minded,
together and they're like, oh, there's a lot of people that think the way I do, so
Yeah.
we must be right.
exactly,
And
exactly,
it's still just more ignorance.
and yeah, and it's
Yeah.
it's and I don't care if there's 4,500 of you. If you're thinking whatever this topic we're talking about is,
Right.
you're a fucking idiot.
Right.
And
Right.
and those of us that are normal, we see you, and we're like, "Is this real? Are these
Right.
people? Do these
Is this
people
really
really
happening?
think like this?"
Right.
And unfortunately, they do.
We've actually talked about that in previous episodes where I felt outnumbered
That's right. Yeah.
in a group of people that were not being very smart, that I'm outnumbered and I can't say anything, I can't do anything. And it made me feel a certain way. And,
Yeah.
and you've played psychologist for me a few times.
Yeah,
so-
absolutely.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Actually, I thought maybe we were gonna have an episode where we sit here and let's go through my problems and you diagnose me.
I'm okay with that. I've had so many people come to me for like advice and my perspective on, and I think it's healthy to look for an outside perspective when you're going through things or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
When you need to know, like, okay, what would someone else say about this? Come to a person whose opinion you trust first.
Yeah.
Don't just go blabbering
Right.
to anybody.
Right.
But come to a person whose opinion you trust and let them give you an outside perspective. I've got a female best friend, and I love her to death. And we can come to each other with anything,
Yeah,
anything
that's
in this
nice.
world. We can come to
That's
each other
nice.
to, and we're not afraid to tell each other, "Hey, yeah, you're kind of wrong.
Right.
You're wrong in that
Right.
sense." Or, "Hey, no, you're not wrong. You said the right things. You did the right things. Here, let me give you maybe what the other side of it could be."
Right. Or what the other person might have been thinking
yeah.
that you didn't pick up on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I love
have
doing
somebody
that.
like that I do that with too.
That's good.
And then yeah, my wife and I, my wife's my best friend. So talk to her about
Aw, that's
some
sweet.
things, but sometimes she has an opinion about things and we can't quite get all of it. So yeah, you need to run it by people and talk it out, and it really helps out a lot. So
I agree.
yeah. So we have therapy sessions here. Listen
Indeed.
back to some of the other episodes and you'll see some of the things we're talking about.
I'm therapy for me sometimes is eating good snacks too.
Yeah. Oh,
Which
yeah.
brings me to, we got some beautiful
Oh yeah.
popcorn under
So
here.
yeah,
got
holiday
some-
popcorn.
Some holiday popcorn.
We're gonna have to break into
with
that
some
at
good
some point.
flavors. Caramel sea salt snickerdoodle,
Oh.
hot honey, white cheddar, a favorite of mine, holiday kettle, and popcorn.
Yeah.
So there's
It's the holidays. We need good snacks.
that makes me think. I've never told you about. I'm a big popcorn person.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I'll be honest, I'm not a huge lots and lots of flavors guy.
Right.
I'm more of a sweet, salty. I mean, not sweet, salty,
Yeah.
buttery, cheesy.
Yeah.
You know.
That's good.
I'm
I'm probably there with you. Pickle. There's a lot of pickle flavored stuff now. I'm not
I don't
into
know.
that.
Ew.
No, whoa.
that's
Somebody
a
gave
little
me
much.
pickled chocolate. Pickled chocolate. I don't even know what it was called. Pickle chocolate.
Really?
And it was the weirdest thing. And I'm like, how do I get this taste out of my mouth now?
That's disgusting. I know people
Yeah,
that
it was
chase
terrible.
their liquor with pickle juice. They call it a pickleback.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
No.
But I have something I created called bougie popcorn.
You created it.
Well, it's a concoction.
Okay.
So it's just a mixture of different things. But as a matter of fact, back when I was in radio, I had talked about it on air. And like one of the listeners had messaged us and was like, dude, that sounds really good. So I actually did a video recording, of me making it and putting it all together and
Really?
mixing it together. So what I do, and it's really good, you guys. Super unhealthy. But if you if you want a nice salty, cheesy snack that's going to be a little unhealthy, make sure if you have high blood pressure like I do,
Oh yeah, me too.
make sure you took your blood pressure medicine that morning. So what I do is I get the regular bag of popping popcorn, and I usually get like the extra butter or ultimate butter, whatever it's called, depending on the brand. And then they've got this popcorn butter or oil that you can buy in a little bottle.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they've got these seasonings, and I get the nacho cheese one.
There you go. And it's actually popcorn seasoning?
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
cheese?
it's made for popcorn.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right there in the popcorn. Like any grocery store you go to, they're right there where the popcorn is.
Yeah.
And they've got several. They've got sour cream and onion. They got white cheddar. They got all kinds. But I get the nacho cheese. And so then I also buy I don't know the name of the brand right now, but the black bag of like white cheddar popcorn.
Yeah.
That's already popped.
It's like a smart
pop or something.
like that. Yeah.
Get that. And then
like
a
that.
bag of sour cream and cheddar Ruffles chips.
Oh, okay.
And I mix all of that together. Like I pop and I
Chips.
layer it. So while the popcorn is in the microwave, I start with the Ruffles on the bottom, and then I add a little bit of the white cheddar on top of that. Then when the popcorn's done, I put a little bit of that in there, hit it with the butter, hit it with the cheese seasoning and stuff, shake that all up, mix it all up, and then I just keep layering it like that.
Yeah.
And I've got I'm one of those nerds that like when I went to see the Avengers at the movie, I bought the Avengers tin.
Yeah.
So that's what I eat my bougie popcorn
so
in
you
at
got the
home.
Avengers
Yeah, I use my Avengers tin over and over again, and I just layer them up in there, and I just keep mixing it. And oh god, it's so salty and buttery and cheesy. And again, if you've got high blood pressure, make sure you've taken your medicine that day. If you're gonna eat this snack.
You like with a small trash can of
Oh, dude, it's so good. I'm like, and that's what I use. Like whenever I'm gonna watch a movie at home, or if I'm binge watching a TV show or something.
That sounds awesome.
Bougie popcorn.
I need to do that.
It's really good.
I've got to try that. That
It's
sounds
really
really
good.
good. So we've been snacking. You've been hitting the holiday treats. I mean, we're getting close to Christmas. I did try chess pie. I wanted
Did you?
to tell you.
Okay, was
But-
it store bought or was it?
Yeah, you know what? It probably. I was gonna say it's not a good chess pie,
Okay.
but it tasted the way I expected it to.
Okay.
And so, which is kind of a custard sort of sweet thing. And I wasn't a huge fan,
Okay.
but I mean, I'll eat it.
Yeah.
It's just not. If it was one of the options, if I'm gonna get a piece of pie and there's like pecan pie, I say pecan. I don't say pecan or.
I forget.
heard
You know
some-
what? I think I
don't know, say
alternate the two.
pecan. Anyway, pecan pie, pumpkin pie, chess pie. I'm gonna probably go with pecan or pumpkin.
Okay. See,
It's not my
I'm
favorite. But I would really like to try
a homemade
a
one.
homemade.
I would
good
like
one.
you to.
And I heard that there is a country store nearby where we live that makes pies, and they have them available during the holidays, but they sell out fast. And
Oh.
people say they're really good.
Okay, I need you to tell me about that.
I've
place.
heard about this place, and I'm going to try to get a pie from there and try that and see.
And
what
and
that's
my
like.
mom was she made 2 of them for Thanksgiving, and then she made me one. She had some extra
Oh, she
ingredients,
made one
so
for
she
you.
made me one for myself. And she made some extra sweet potatoes with marshmallows
Yeah.
and a pie, and had me come pick them up. The sweet
Oh,
potatoes
yeah.
were for my daughter, and the
Yeah.
pie was for
Oh,
me.
perfect.
And I ate that entire pie,
Oh my goodness.
but not in one sitting, obviously.
Oh my goodness.
But no, if she makes another one, if she makes some during Christmas, I'll have to cut you. It's like
Yeah.
right around the corner anyway. But no, I need to know about that store. Also,
I'll
there's a
let you know.
pie. Now, the only place I've ever gotten this pie is in little itty bitty small town Kentucky, where my family is from. It's called brown sugar pie. Have you ever even heard of that?
No. It's another backwoods country thing.
Yes,
that
I mean,
I'm not
when I tell
familiar
you
with.
this is small town, like the city that my family originates in, uh, maybe 2,000 people,
Mm-hmm.
maybe. So, but my great aunt makes this, and there's an old country restaurant there. They don't have it there anymore. But when I was growing up, anytime they this town is so small, they do a homecoming.
Yeah.
Like for there's just a group put it together for part of the town for it's just a homecoming party every year.
Really?
And I remember going to that when I was a kid, or I wasn't allowed to go to the party. I had to stay back at the hotel and watch the younger kids.
Yeah.
But eventually I turned 18 and I was able to go to the party. Technically, I started going when I was 17.
Nice.
But anyway, there was this place called Circle K. And I mean, not Circle K.
Like convenience store.
Not the convenience. No, it was called Circle R. Sorry, Circle R.
Okay.
And it was a restaurant there. And that restaurant and my great aunt were the only two places I'd ever gotten brown sugar pie. And then when I bring it up to people, they're like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Never heard of it. It's so good. It's obviously it's brown sugar, and then it's got meringue on top. And I remember being a kid, and a lot of the older people in my family, they didn't really care for meringue.
Yeah.
So I might only have one slice of pie, but I'd go around the table just collecting meringue from everybody who didn't like it. And
Well, that's good.
it was so good. So I want a brown sugar pie. As a matter of fact, I told my cousin, I was like, I'm gonna have to send y'all some money so my great aunt can make me one when I come back up there to visit again.
Well, that kind of brings me to a point. You had mentioned in another podcast that you have these fantastic, fond memories of growing up around the holidays and things that you've experienced, which makes you just absolutely love Christmas and the Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the opposite, and I realized, and it made me start thinking about it, like why. I can give you a whole list of reasons why I don't like the holidays. I'm ready for it to be over.
Already?
Yes.
Jeez.
I don't like it. Now, let me not. I mean, everybody's going to be like, "Boo! What are you talking about?" But I like the actual day. Christmas Day is great. My family's here. I told my son the other day, he's like, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I'm like, "Dude, I want a big hug and a great meal."
Mm-hmm.
And if I get a big hug from all of my kids and a great meal, that's the best Christmas ever. And we're all going to be together, and we're going to play games, and we're going to have an awesome meal. And that's the day for me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun to watch the younger kids open presents, you know.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
And it has been. I have 4 kids, so growing up, seeing the excitement on their face and all that stuff, that's fun. The process of getting to that is what I dislike so much. And I've had some bad experiences because I had a stepmom that I called a step monster.
Oh, shit.
And she really ruined a lot of things, my birthdays, the holidays for me in a short amount of time. She was only in my life for a short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
My mom made up for most of it, but those things stick. The negative sticks.
Yeah.
And it's hard to shake it. Even now, I even tell people all the time, anything that happened to you after you're 16 years old, it's on you. Get rid of it. It's over. You it's up to you to decide. But I can't shake some of the, and it's not like I was, terribly horrified. I don't have PTSD from the holidays. It's just memories come back, and it makes me sad. And I just don't like the feeling during the holidays. And so anyway, I thought it was interesting that you have such fond memories.
Oh God, yeah.
I have some bad memories, and that's therefore you love Christmas. I don't care for it, other than the day.
Yeah. And that I hate that. I really hate that for you because this time of year is just so joyful to me.
Right.
I growing up, like I remember my grandma playing Christmas music like on a record player. You know what I mean? Like I so love Christmas music. As soon as sometimes I'll start right after Halloween because to me Thanksgiving and Christmas are kind of the same feel. It's family, it's bonding, it's joyful, it's that kind of thing. So I've been listening to Christmas music already. And
Oh
I
my
like
God.
literally just the deck the
See,
halls and happy holidays and
I
well
avoid Christmas music as much as
really
possible.
oh no I love it.
I
I
can't
love it.
stand it. The same. I have no memories of anybody, anything with Christmas music,
Hmm.
and I'm so tired of the same old shit. Like, come on, we're playing this tired music again.
I love it.
Most of the people are singing are like dead and
They are.
have been dead longer than I've been alive, or
Yes, they
longer than
have.
you've been alive for sure.
Yeah,
Like, do
they
you
have.
remember Andy Williams? Do you know Dean
Martin,
Martin?
I know
You
of
know,
them from seeing things and like the old
you know,
roasts and
yeah.
stuff like
Well,
that.
it was on TV when I was a kid, and we would watch these things and
Michael
whatever. But
Bublé though, Michael Bublé is a
blah
bad
blah,
Christmas
Michael
singing
blah
dude, bro.
blah. Come on,
No
I'm
man, hey,
just so
Michael
out.
Bublé is a bad Christmas singer, bro. I love that dude.
He's a
He's got the
crooner.
pipes when it comes to the Christmas
Yeah.
music. I love him. But no, I just the whole feel of the season, and I feel like not everybody, right? But some people are get kinder and more giving, and you get to see people volunteering more, and
Yeah.
just I love seeing the happiness on the kids, and obviously making sure that the kids don't once they hit a certain age,
Right.
it's not all materialistic, right?
Right.
And so teaching the kids that yes, it's great to get presents. It's cool to get what you want, but even if you don't get what you want, be thankful
Right.
that you got anything
Right.
because there are a lot of people who don't, and but I love the holidays. I want the snow to be here and my birthday too. And my birthday is 4 days before Christmas.
Right,
So maybe
right
that
there.
has a little bit to do with
Well,
it. as
it's
well.
all a big time for you. I
Yeah.
do have some great memories as a kid. Like, it was magical when I was a kid, and my dad built like a big star that went on our roof,
Watch.
and it was made out of. Don't spill that.
Look,
Don't
see
let it go.
what is
Well, you're ready for it. You got it handled. We're good. So
Sorry,
yeah,
guys.
my dad built a tinfoil star, and he put it on the roof of our house, and you could hear it at night. And we had those big lights, 1970s we're talking about. Spilling
I
beers.
do not understand. We won't
I
be
don't
buying
know.
these again.
Miller has a
The
problem
Miller
with
Sorry, guys,
refrigeration.
if
I
you-
don't know.
For those of you that are watching, or even if you're just listening, it happened again. Like,
The last three times we've been together, you open a beer and it
yes,
sprays
only the
out.
Miller High Life. After it's
crazy.
been sitting here for 20 minutes,
Yeah,
how could it still need to do that?
I don't know. Whiskey never goes wrong.
That's true. I should start drinking that. I'm sorry. I interrupted you
No, it's okay.
talking about the few happy parts you have.
What
What
few
a
happy
dick I
parts.
am. This guy just sat
let
here
me-
and told
let
me
me say-
about how
you know
terrible
what?
Christmas was. He gets to the part where it's good, and I'm over here fucking spilling beer on myself.
Let
What a
me say
dick.
though, I've been with my wife for 25 years, and we have had some fantastic holidays. And of course, with my kids growing up, it's always been fantastic. So there's a small period of time, and it's the stress and the anxiety and the gift. Have to spend this much money, and how are we going to pay for it? How do we fund this? How do we do this? And at the end, my wife and I high five and go, "Hey, we did it again. We figured it out." That part I hate. But when I was a kid, it was magical and it was fantastic. And I was telling, my dad used to build a tinfoil. He built a star out of like hangers or metal or something, and then he covered it in tinfoil and put lights around it. And
Oh,
he would
that's
put
cool.
that up on the house, and you could hear it at night, like the tinfoil moving in the wind, and those huge lights back in the 70s would slap against the house when the wind was blowing, and I couldn't sleep all night because I could swear that was reindeer walking on the roof.
That's so cool.
So there were magical moments, and I was so excited, and asking for what you're going to get and going to see Santa Claus. That was all great.
Yeah.
So my stepmom ruined, like, I could care less about Christmas around my stepmom time, and I don't know, we could get into that story. My stepmom was a huge racist,
Excuse me.
and my dad was a racist, and I actually want to tell you I guess it's my racist story, how I am not racist, because my dad and his wife were extremely, to the
Oh,
point
wow.
where my brother was pissed off one Christmas. Well, I'll try to get through this quick. My brother was really pissed off one Christmas.
No, take your time.
And I was 17 years old. My dad would never contact me anything. I had to call him. When are we getting together? What are we doing? He never reached out to me at all. So I would go, and I went there. My brother was pissed. I hadn't seen him for a while. I'm like, what's going on? And he wouldn't tell me. Wouldn't tell me. So finally, after Christmas was over, he tells me he has a girlfriend who's from El Salvador, and she was not allowed in their house because she wasn't white.
Wow.
And I'm like, dude, you should have told me, because I would have left right then and told them to F off, because that's bullshit. She's your girlfriend, you're together, and you should come together and be a part of the family. And if they're not allowing you into the house, that's complete bullshit. And so that pissed me off, and that really separated. From that point, I said, I'm not going to reach out to my dad anymore. I'm going to wait for him to reach out to me. And it took 30 years before he did.
Wow.
So I didn't have a relationship with my father. And my stepmother I already hated, and so I just hated her even more.
Right.
And so that just like severed that whole relationship. My stepdad, who came into my life and who I now call my dad, he's 82 years old. He's fantastic. He was the best stepdad. I tried to be the kind of stepdad he is, and I failed at it. He was way better than I am. But his best friend was Otis Hudson. Tell me, Otis Hudson has got to be.
I know Otis Redding.
Otis Hudson. Well, he was a gospel singer, and he lived in Compton. He sang in a AME church choir, and he lived in Compton, and his family and my family got together often, and they were just fantastic. And we went to the AME church. I've been the only white family at an AME church during a gospel concert.
Okay.
And it was amazing. And I never felt uncomfortable. I was totally welcomed.
Yeah.
People hugging me, welcoming me, thanking me for coming. I was in Compton, growing up in LA. I went to Compton, not being completely naive. I didn't know, where I am.
Yeah.
And I was told, look, you can't walk around here without us. As long as you're with us, you're safe.
Yeah.
We went to the movies. We did some things. I went with Otis and his kids. We would have cookouts at Otis's house. Man, he made some food, some ribs and some chicken, and I loved to eat. That was where I wanted to be. Of course, like I'm going to Otis's house.
Yeah.
He played dominoes, and he would like slap the dominoes and be like, "Oh, tiss," and slap dominoes,
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh, that's funny.
this was a family that I loved, and they loved my family. He was my stepdad's best man at my mom's wedding, and he was his best friend, and our families got together. And that's when I realized my dad's a dick, and these people are great, and they're people just like every other, other people, and there's no differences.
Yeah.
We all bleed the same, and, I got rid of anything that I wasn't really taught anything. I wasn't taught religion. I wasn't taught racism. It was kind of left up to me to decide. But I realized his ideals are stupid, and I made my own.
Yeah. Yeah.
From that,
and
moment.
and that's honestly what anybody, especially as a black person, would ask of you, is to just choose for yourself.
Right.
Like, I get it. I
Right.
get that some households are that way. Those people are pieces of shit for being that way. But you don't have to stay that way. Once you get out into the world, you get a chance to experience things for yourself.
Right.
And if you choose to stay that way at that point, now you're also a piece of shit.
Right. It's a decision.
It's
that
a decision you made. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
my God, she'll probably be mad at me for talking about this but that's neither here nor there. But my daughter's grandfather is like just kind of like my family from small town Kentucky, but he's a white guy.
Okay.
And he grew up, from what I was told, in a really like rural like area, and he didn't really even experience his first black person until he joined the military.
Right.
And then he was like, "Oh shit, these guys are pretty fucking cool. You know what I mean? And then
which
at
is
the
good
time,
because the military, it's not tolerated. Racism is not tolerated, and they tell you that right up the front.
Yeah.
Right up front.
well, by the time I was dating his daughter and my daughter was born and blah blah blah, like the guy that where we worked at, my daughter's mom and I, her dad and another guy were like. They also did like the security and stuff there, and he was a black guy, and it was his best friend. You know what I mean? So it's possible. It's possible for you to be surrounded by that as a young person, and then grow out of it because you got to experience the world, and that's all anybody can ask of you. We can't ask you to now. And I will say this though, with the newer generations of white kids growing up, it seems like that a lot of them are done with their family's bullshit at a lot earlier age.
Yeah.
Like I will never forget. I saw on Facebook, and it was like this young girl who was and we got completely out of Christmas by the way, but whatever. It flowed naturally. There was this girl who wanted to go to a Black Lives Matter rally, which I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even go to any.
No.
But only because I can understand that there's the point of what everyone's there for, and then there are the extremists that will take it too far, that have just fucked up the whole point everybody's trying to make.
Right.
I don't want to be around those people.
Right.
I'm cool with being around people that are there for the right reason,
Right.
but I don't want to get caught up with the people that aren't. So anyway, the young lady wanted to go to one, and her mom was like, no, it's going to be too dangerous. You shouldn't go to that, blah, blah, blah. Don't go to no Black Lives Matter rally. And this girl was maybe a teenager. I don't know, late teens. Mm-hmm. And then her mom was at the January 6th insurrection.
Wow.
And she found a picture of her mom at the fucking Capitol and then posted it on Twitter and was like, Mom, didn't you say it was too dangerous for me to be at a Black Lives Matter rally? Is this you?
Now you're here.
And it posted a picture of her own mom.
Oh my gosh.
At the insurrection.
Wow. Calling her out.
And I was like, more power to you, young lady.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Because your mom's a bitch. Like, fuck her.
Yeah.
If she didn't want you to be...
That was attack on the nation. That's not racist or racial based. That's an attack on democracy right there. And that's a whole bigger picture as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. But I just thought that was pretty cool that young lady was present of mind enough and already mature enough to realize that her mom was feeding her a crock of shit.
And my dad, my mom was never like that. She was, I don't know. It was never even a discussion. She was just like, people are people. Let's, treat them, everybody the same. So it was never even an issue. But my dad, clearly, and I just had to separate from him.
Well, I will say, growing up in a black household, we had to be warned that not all white people could be trusted.
Right.
Not all black people could be trusted either. Let's be real.
True.
And now that I'm an adult, we could definitely go way more into detail on this at some other point. I'm gonna piss a lot of people off with some of the opinions I have on these kind of things.
Yeah.
Just for fair warning.
We'll have to pin that for a future podcast.
Oh God, yes. But the short or long story short, It's an unfortunate thing that we have to be taught, but especially as young black men, we have to be taught to always be a certain way when, there's like cops around or, like be obedient and be blah, blah, blah. And don't, because
that sucks.
You never want to be considered the aggressive black guy because then you don't know what might happen.
Right.
Somebody might feel threatened.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Cops see the worst of the worst, and they start treating you like you could be really bad.
Yeah, and then it's like white. I've always been into white women since I was a kid. All women. Just to be clear, I like all women. Okay, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Martian. I don't care. If you're hot, you're hot. But what I'm saying is, that's one of the few
I have
things.
dated a black woman.
Really?
So my wife won't want to hear that, but yes.
It's one of those things that we're told, hey, you be careful with those white girls because
You don't know.
It's
who
an
to trust,
unfortunate thing, but one, their dads might hate black people, and so they could be dating you just to get back at their dad.
yeah. Right.
And two, when their dads find out, there's always that dark cloud of
Right.
they might say that
Dad
you took
shows
advantage
up.
of them
Right.
because they don't want their dad to be upset with them.
Right.
And I have a friend who actually experienced that.
I think that's younger, like teenage.
Yeah,
times,
yeah, teenage, early 20s type of thing. But I had a friend who I was always present in mind. It was always, I always thought about it. I was like, let me be careful.
Yeah.
But I never really thought, I was like, man, ain't no white girl gonna say why would I do that? Like I would never violate someone in that way. Why would someone lie about that? You know what I mean?
Right.
And but then I had a friend who really experienced it, who actually experienced a white woman saying that about him.
Yeah, that
And
sucks.
it completely ruined him from being into any other
Yeah.
white woman ever again.
Yeah.
He's like, I
When you put your
just can't
guard
do
up,
it.
you change everything
Yeah.
that you're thinking about.
He,
Yeah.
he like to this day, he's like, I can't do it.
Can't trust.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
And
there might be alternative.
And I tried to tell him, I was like, dude, that's kind of a little racist that you won't do that. But I get that he had that bad experience, so at least he's got a little bit of a reason.
It's
But I'm like, you can't
stereotyping.
let that one person stop you from the entire spectrum of the rest of that race.
Right. It's definitely stereotyping.
Yeah.
And so each individual has to be judged on their own merits.
Yeah.
But there's a trust issue.
Yeah.
And it may take a long time to get past it. And so you could go with the group that doesn't take a long time to get past all that, or
Yeah.
you can really work, long term and see how things are going to go and take it slow. Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting situation.
That's definitely a good. I feel like we definitely have to, as a podcast with, interracial co-hosts, we
I like
definitely do have to eventually.
You're in another interracial relationship.
We're going to eventually have to do a full episode about this topic.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
The differences, the likenesses, the
I like exploring the likenesses and even the differences and sharing things like I didn't know, that kind of stuff, teaching me. It's great. I think it's fantastic.
we're definitely going to have to
I don't see people as any different than anybody else. I
Same.
just never. I haven't since I was a teenager. So.
Like I said, there's going to be some things I say that are going to upset my fellow black people. I'm going to be honest. There are. There are going to be some things I say that are going to upset my fellow black people. There are going to be some things I say that upset some of my white friends. That's another topic that we got to talk about sometime. Is being middle of the road, dude. I'm so middle of the road on so many things that it may be to the point where people think I'm just trying to play it safe, but that's not the case. There's so many hot button topics that I really do see that I'm middle ground on. Like, I agree with this stuff over here, and I agree with this stuff over here.
Yeah.
But I also disagree with this, and I disagree with that.
Right.
So I'm right here.
That's good.
And that's just who I am.
Yeah.
And some of those topics are, like I said, there's going to be some things that we talk about going into future episodes.
Yeah.
That are going to bother some people that I have to say.
I don't think I'm really hard-nosed about any one particular thing. Like, this is the truth, and it's just how I am. I've become comfortable in my skin. I'm 60 years old now, so I know who I am, and I am who I am, and I'm comfortable in that. And if you want to believe certain things, go ahead. It might be good for you, depending on what it is. For me, like religion, people believe certain religions. Oh, good for you. That's great. It's not my belief. I'm okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. And racial issues. There's a lot of ignorance involved. So I'm going to judge that very differently because
we've got
a lot of people just don't know.
We've got a good one that we're going to discuss with you guys at some point when it comes to the race thing.
There's people using race to get popularity.
Yep. And
to
getting
get
clicks.
likes and clicks.
Yep.
It's clickbait.
Clickbait.
and they're going out into public to get clickbait
Mm-hmm.
and using words that they shouldn't be using.
Yeah.
And it's a whole First Amendment thing, and there's a whole thing like we need to talk about this
We
because
will.
I
We're
kind
definitely
of
gonna
feel
do it.
like if you're going to go out and say whatever you want, that's great. Words have consequences.
Yeah.
And if the law doesn't allow the consequences, then people should just take it into their own hands and take care of the problem. I mean, let it go. That's it. And you got what's coming to you.
Yeah, because
And,
eventually you can only poke the bear so much
Right.
until you.
Before you're going to get eaten. And nobody blames the bear.
Nope.
As so yeah.
Especially not the women who choose it over the men in the forest. I had to. I'm sorry. I had to put that one out there.
That's so funny.
Oh gosh, but yeah,
Yeah.
we're excited to see where
Yeah.
the rest of this podcast goes going into the new year.
I
Got lots
you know,
more topics
I
to
hope
discuss.
You have a fantastic Christmas.
Thank you. I hope
am
you do
in-
as well.
I enjoy. We're getting through the stressful part.
Yeah.
It's about to open up to the good part, and it's okay. I get through Christmas. I can't stand Christmas music. I avoid it completely.
I was listening to it when I pulled up, and I'm going to be listening to it when I drive away.
We played Santa Baby for our grandkids the first time, and they think it's gross and creepy.
Oh, while we're talking about Christmas, wait a minute. I forgot to bring this up, and then we'll end it. But
No, maybe we could talk about Santa. Go ahead.
oh yeah, we forgot to talk about Santa. We got on. Okay, this is going to be a pretty long episode, you guys. So, there have been. I don't know if you've seen these on social media, but there's been an influx of people like acting out the roles of like the Hallmark, the like typical like quintessential Hallmark Christmas movie.
Oh, I saw that before a few years ago.
I didn't
Yeah,
start seeing them
yeah.
until recently.
They start recreating,
And it's
yeah.
like there's this one couple that I really like, and I wish I could think of their name, but the wife always starts the video with my husband's acting like he's in a Hallmark movie again,
Right.
and you know what I mean. And
Yeah.
it's sometimes it's a Christmas one, sometimes it's Valentine's Day or whatever,
Yeah.
and it's making fun of the Hallmark style. But then there's also been these skits of people actually pretending to be like the big city fiance that's getting left, you know?
Oh, really?
And it's like, what the hell, Becky? Like, so you're not coming home? You're staying in Sugar Hill Springs? Like, you're gonna be with this guy who makes candles year round for Christmas? Like, what? I thought we were locked. I thought we we already have a wedding date set. Like, what's going on here? You're not coming home. You know,
funny.
I can't do it justice.
Yeah,
I probably could if I planned it out, but. And then, or it's the girl, and she's like, "Yeah, I know that all he does is sell gingerbread houses, but like,
and I came home to this small town.
Yeah, I
and we
came to the small
connected,
town, and
yeah,
I have to help his family save their Christmas tree farm."
Right.
You know, it's just
That is
they
funny.
are so
I have seen
freaking
that
funny.
before, yeah,
Oh my God, those have been hilarious.
that's funny.
But yes, Santa.
Yeah.
So-
the question is, do you tell your kids about Santa?
I don't think you do, because they're going to find out. There's just certain things in the world that the kids are going to find out eventually, and they're going to ask you about.
Right.
I think Santa's one of them. Like I never told my daughter. Excuse me, that just snuck up on me. I never told my daughter. I tried to move away from the mic, but it came out with more. I can get all the way away. I never told my daughter that Santa wasn't real. She just happened to like randomly. I don't even know if it was Christmas time.
Right.
I just remember her saying, "Daddy, I know Santa's not real." I was like, "What? Who told you that?"
Right.
You know, I don't know about my nephews and my niece. That here, I've got nephews in Ohio as well, but they're older. But my nephews here, they're 8 now. What is it? 8, 7, 8, 8, I think. And I don't know. They haven't brought it up. And I've told my daughter when she started saying it, I was like, "Now don't you say anything to your cousins. You
Right.
know,
Don't
let
ruin
them,
it for them.
Yeah, don't ruin it for your cousins. Let them.
So in that moment, you're kind of admitting to her, yeah, you got it. You understand.
I mean, well, after I don't remember the full conversation because this was she's 13 now.
Yeah.
This happened when she was about 10.
Yeah.
I want to say this
I
was
would
around,
say
it was
8
around
to
10.
10 is the time.
It was around 10 when she said this. So I was like, you know, who told you that? Like, how do you know, where did that come from or whatever? And then finally, I think she wasn't going to go for it anymore. So I was like, all right, fine. You know, don't say anything to your cousins or whatever. She was like, I know your mom are Santa Claus. And then what I remember, what it made me think about was when we do Christmas, we never do Santa gifts, which I didn't
Really?
think about. When
Oh.
I was growing up, my parents did.
Yeah.
So we
do.
would come downstairs, right? And we had a couch. And with 3 siblings, me, my brother, my sister. And so on each couch, you know, section of the couch, it was the Santa stuff. It was what Santa brought us. So here's my toys, my brother's toys, my sister's toys.
Okay.
And then we had the presents that were from family and stuff that
Right,
were wrapped
right.
under the tree.
Right.
I never thought about the fact that once our kids were born, we didn't do the same thing. We just had gifts under the tree with names of who they were from.
Oh, that's nice.
And I forgot. I was like, oh shit, we didn't, you know, whatever. So my now I have a new niece who's 2 now. So, you know, she doesn't even really get all the concept of all of it yet. And then my other niece, she is 6. So I don't know what she thinks. I don't know. But
Yeah.
what I don't like, and this is a thing that I definitely, we were talking about race earlier. I see it a lot in the black community, and it bothers me. It's like, you know, and here I go. I'm about to piss some of y'all off. Whatever. I'm about to piss you off. Here it is. Now, there might be some white people that do this too. I don't know. It's definitely possible. I just haven't seen it from them. But it's like, I'm not fucking giving any credit to some fat white man. I worked for this. My kids are going to know, Mom earned this money. Dad did this. I made this happen for them. I got them these presents. I'm not giving some credit to some fat white man. And I'm like, dude, it's like, they're eventually going to figure it out anyway.
magic.
Like, why are you being like that?
Right.
Why do you need the credit that much?
Right.
What is it that you're lacking in
Right. You're trying
that
to
you're trying to make up for?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So that pisses me off. Like, why
My
would you
son
do that?
does that.
Because your kids, we know that kids go to school and they talk and they gossip and
Right.
so
That's
now
what
your
happens.
kid's going to go ruin the magic for some other kid that's in the, you know, 2nd grade or 1st grade or some shit.
Right.
And for what? Because you needed credit for the presents you bought? They're going to eventually know it anyway. And honestly, what does it matter that you get the credit now when they're in 1st grade? Because they don't understand the concept of money or any of that.
Right.
By the time they are old enough to understand those concepts of life, they're already going to know it was you.
Right. Right.
Why do you need that credit?
I don't know.
That pisses me off so much.
My oldest son is like that. He's like, screw that. I'm not giving the credit to Santa. I worked hard. I paid for these. I want my kids to know these came from me.
Oh, so
And
there
I'm
are white
like,
people.
Okay, yeah, oh yeah, definitely. And I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
We always did Santa. The kids would go to bed on Christmas Eve, and there's a few presents under the tree.
Yeah.
And they get up Christmas morning, and there is a shit ton of
Yes,
presents
that's
under the
exactly
tree.
what. Yes.
And it's like, bam, and
Yeah.
they're like, holy crap, you know, Santa came.
Yep.
That
that's
was
exactly,
the magic.
Yep.
And we didn't care who got the credit.
No.
Because that was the magic. Like, oh, Santa brought you this.
Yeah.
How did he know? How did he know? You know, that whole
And
thing.
and having that
game.
leverage as a parent
Right.
to be able to call Santa.
Right.
Hey, I can talk to
And
Santa.
it
I'll
was
call Santa.
better when my kids were small. Now with Elf on the Shelf, it's a little. The game is like brought home, and it's a harder game to play. And
Do you remember on the news when they used to track Santa at night
Oh,
and they
yeah.
tell you like you
NORAD
can
is
see
tracking.
where he's
and
at?
now there's a website you can see where he's going and flying
Jeez,
over.
that's
Oh
awesome.
yeah, we did all that. Or you would call. There's a phone number
Yeah,
you could call.
my
you
brother
could
had
hear
me do Santa's voice
Yes.
one time for my nephews.
Right.
My nephews were acting up, and they were doing something.
Right.
And my brother was like, "I'm gonna call Santa," and he knows that I'm my brother knows what I've being radio and
Right.
being able to change up my voice sometimes and
Right.
stuff. So he was like, he texted me, he was like, "Hey,
Hey, I'm
I need
call
you.
you.
I'm gonna call you. I need you to be Santa." I was like, "All right."
I've done that.
You know?
I've played Santa for other kids before. Heck yeah.
And they were like, "No,
Yeah.
Santa, I'm not gonna," And oh man, that was fun.
So we told our oldest daughter is 33 years old. We told her that Santa wasn't real. And
You told her?
we
Okay.
told her.
At what
Well,
age?
she started to have questions. I think she was probably around 9, 10 years old.
Okay.
Started to have questions, and we just came out and told her, hey, straight up, here, we're going to let you know.
Yeah.
She was heartbroken.
Oh.
She cried, and she actually refused to believe it.
Okay.
And she's like, I'm not going to believe it. And because we still had younger kids. She's
Yeah.
the oldest. We've got younger kids. So we're like, don't ruin it for them. We're still going to do it for them.
Yeah.
And she was so upset. And we're like, you know what? That was a mistake. She was upset for a long time. Probably to this day, she will tell you that she's upset about finding out. So, and she refused to believe it. And we still play Santa and everything's great. The younger kids, we just never let them figure it out. We never admitted to anything. You believe what you want to believe. Santa comes to our house every Christmas.
Yeah.
And Christmas Eve and Christmas Day is still the same. Stockings are stuffed. Extra gifts come out.
Christmas
Now
ain't
it's
Christmas
less-
ain't over till New Year's for me.
See,
Christmas
that's
ain't over
big
till
for
New
you.
Year's.
Well, it's just Christmas Day. And, back when they were younger, we could do a lot more gifts, a lot of smaller gifts. So it was much more dramatic. Now that they're older, they want more expensive things. So it's not so dramatic. There are a few more things than normal. And with the economy and everything else, we can't do all that. But it's still Santa comes.
Mhm.
And everybody knows, but nobody was told, except the older one. And like I said, she was really devastated by it, and we thought, well, that was a mistake. We shouldn't say. So we just denied it. Just denied it, and we always said Santa comes to our house.
Mhm.
Whatever you want to believe, you believe. I know you're hearing things from other people, but Santa comes to our house.
I can see that. I remember how I found out. I happened to wake up in the middle of the night and I heard movement outside. And I happened to look out my window, and my bedroom faced the front of the house.
Yeah.
So I don't remember how old I was. I don't. But I remember I had to be, let's see, all three of us were there. Like we all were alive. So my brother's 8 years younger than me. So I had to be 12 maybe, about to go into teens.
Yeah.
And I heard some commotion outside. I look out my window. I see my parents getting stuff out of the car.
Out of the car.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
And I was like, oh,
gotcha.
But I was, I was not gonna say anything. Like I didn't say anything to my brother or sister. Like there's no way. I was like, I'm not gonna ruin it for them. I was always the protector, and
Yeah.
like
Well,
I
good.
always felt like keep their innocence as
Yeah,
long as I
perfect.
possibly can, because eventually they're not going to be innocent,
Right, right.
So keep their innocence intact as long as I possibly. Even at a young age, I felt that way as an older brother.
Well, I'm glad
So
you did that.
I was like, oh, I'm not going to say a word. I don't even know if I remember telling I'd have to ask my mom. I'll have to ask my mom if I came and told them that I knew, because
Wow.
I don't even remember telling them that I knew.
Right.
I just remember seeing
They
it. It
don't
was
know that
like,
they got caught.
oh, okay.
We never got caught. But I'll tell you, when I was a kid, I searched the house and I found a bunch of toys and gifts, and I told my brother everything he was getting for Christmas one year. And my mom got so mad. She was crying because she said,
Oh.
you ruined Christmas. I got my ass beat like right before Christmas. And
God damn.
and then she's like, I'm gonna take everything back. We're not gonna give it to you. We're taking everything back. And I was like, it was sucked. We ended up, she didn't take anything back. We got all the stuff. Everything was cool. But
Yeah.
I'm like, from that point on, like, mind your business.
Yeah.
Stay in your bedroom.
Yeah.
Don't pay attention to anything. Don't look around for anything.
My sister was really bad when she was a
Yeah.
kid. My sister was bad as hell. And one year, I'll never forget this. There was one year where she didn't get the Santa presents. Like, we came downstairs. She had been terrible. In school, my sister's behavior was really bad. And so she might have had like one gift sitting in her section. So like, there's me and my brother's section of the couch. It is just full up with shit. And then her section had like one thing. And she was devastated. And I remember my parents were like, well, we told you what was going to happen if you didn't get it together. So we've got what Santa brought you.
Yeah.
And if you can get your behavior together, you'll get them eventually. And so like when my sister would have a good couple of weeks in school or whatever, they break out one of the Santa gifts and give it to her.
Well, that's nice.
Oh, dude, it probably took 6 months for her to get all her gifts from Christmas. I thought it was hilarious.
She got it.
Oh,
Anyway,
man, that was good.
Christmas, it is a magical time. I do enjoy the day.
Yeah.
I just don't like everything around it and the commercialism, and there's some bad memories that come up, but
I can understand that.
I'm hoping you have a fantastic Christmas.
I'm going to try.
I'm sure we're going to have a good one. I got all of my family, all my kids will be here, all
Yeah.
my grandkids. We're going to have a big prime rib dinner, and it's going to be awesome.
Hell yeah. That
And
sounds
so-
good.
Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, you filthy animals.
Appreciate you guys. And the rock we live on. We're going to see you in January.
See you later.
We'll come back with new episodes. We'll see you soon.
Hey, thanks for checking out The Rock We Live On with Mo and Craig. Make sure you like and follow us on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. And then you can also find us
Anywhere where you listen to podcasts, we're on all platforms, or check out Spotify podcasts to watch our videos.
Thanks a lot.